Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to go over our Unit 1 unit review from our workbook. Please make sure that you have these pages ripped out because these are the pages that you are working with and taking it home to study. So you are ripping out page 144 and page 145. Okay, we're going to get started with the first one. It says find the area of a triangle. Area of a triangle is area equals base times height divided by 2. Okay, now I know when you see this, you probably get scared because you see this fraction. Okay, remember 1/2 is the same thing as 0.5. So you have half a dollar, that means you have 50 cents. So you have 4 whole dollars and 50 cents. Okay, so 4.5. You already know how to do this. Apply the formula. You're going to do base times height. Okay. Next one. It says draw a line to match each statement on the left with the algebraic expression that represents the same value. Okay. So let's read it. This one says 3 more than the difference of 5 and a number. So let's read it slow. 3 more than. If you look back at your notes, more than means what? So we have 3 more than means plus the difference, right? So then the difference means we're subtracting two things. What are we subtracting? The difference of 5 and a number. We don't know what that number is, but we're going to say F. Okay. Do we see one that they're subtracting 5 and F? I see one. And they're adding 3. This one right here, right? This one goes with this one. A. Okay. Next one. It says 5 divided, so that means 5 is dividing by the product, so that means something's being multiplied. What's being multiplied? 3 and a number. So that's 3 times F. That's the same thing as 3F. So where do we see that? We see it here, right? This one belongs here. B. Now I'm going to read C to you, but I want you to find C. A number times the difference of 5 and 3. So a number, remember, is F. Times means you're multiplying the difference between 5 and 3. So go ahead, tell me which one on your paper is C. Okay? Next question. Mika has a first aid kit shaped like a square prism. The expression 32x plus 2x squared represents the surface area of the first aid kit, where the base edge are x inches long. Okay, this is the base. Okay. Complete the equation to find the surface area of the first aid kit when x equals 12. X equals 12, that's important, circle it. So x equals 12. Write your answers in the blank. Okay. So 32 times something plus 2 times something to the power of 2. Okay. So 32 times 12 plus 2 times 12 to the power of 2. Okay. Where did I get that from? Well, they told us, okay? They told us that x equals 12. And look right here. 32 times, remember parentheses means times 12. 2 times 12, right? This is us using this formula. Okay, now we actually have to solve it. When we solve it, we use Jendas. So we have 32 times, let me move it more over here, times 12 plus 2 times 12 to the power of 2, okay? So that means we're first going to do grouping symbols, and this is genders. Do we have grouping symbols? Yes, we do, but they're mostly for multiplying. Do you have exponents? Yes. 12 to the power of 2 is 2 times 2. That's 44. Bring everything down. Okay, from here, you know what to do, right? You multiply, and then you add. And that's how you're going to get this answer right here. Okay. Number 4 is also about using genders. It says, what is the value of the expression? Remember, when we do this, we have to write a claim. The value of the expression is, and this is where you're going to put your answer, okay? When you do this, again, you're going to use genders. Grouping symbols, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract from left to right, okay? So I'm going to help you out, but you're going to finish it. We're going to start with grouping symbols, and inside our grouping symbols, we have to do exponents first. So 4 to the power of 3 is 4 times 4 times 4. That's 64. Bring everything down. Okay, we still have another exponent, right? 2 to the power of 3, that's 2 times 2 times 2, that's 4 times 2. We get 8. Bring everything down. We're taking things one step at a time so we don't get confused. You start from the inside, okay? Now we're continuing doing grouping symbols because this is a grouping symbol and this is a grouping symbol. We're doing what's the inside and work our way out. Okay, then you deal with the inside, so you subtract, you rewrite, you add to 12, you rewrite, you multiply by 3, and then at last you add by 8. Okay, go ahead and finish that. Okay, this next one. We learned how to find surface area. We found surface area by using nets, so I'm going to draw a net. Okay, this is a right triangular prism. Okay, so again, we're just going to try our best. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Okay, there it is. Now I'm going to start labeling. This bottom part is right here. So this is 21. This is 21. Okay, this part right here is this. 10. 10. These are 10. Okay. This part right here, 29, is the top of the triangle right here. So this part is 29. But because this part is 29 and these two parts connect, this is also 29. Right, 29. That means this is 29. Okay, not this. Now, the reason why I said not that is because we have to look at the height of the triangle. If 20 is our base and 29 is this, that means that the height of the triangle this way has to be 20. So this is 20, this is 20, and because this is 20, then this has to be 20. So that's 20. Now it looks like we labeled everything. Now is your job. Base times height, base times height, base times height, okay? And then here you're doing base times height divided by 2, base times height divided by 2. When you're done, you're going to write surface area equals and add everything up. Okay, add everything up, and then you're going to get your answer. So then your answer is going to say the surface area is, and then you're going to tell me, and make sure it's centimeters squared. Okay? Next one. Pascal sells fruit from a fruit stand. He starts the day with 80 pounds of fruit. In the morning, 5 customers each buy W pounds of fruit. Okay? In the afternoon, he feeds 2/3 of his remaining fruits to birds in the park. Write an expression that represents the weight of the fruit that Pascal still has after feeding the birds. Okay? So again, he starts with 80 pounds. Let's circle. He starts with 80 pounds. That's what we're starting with. Then he sells 5 customers each with W pounds of fruit. Okay, so that's where we get 5 times W. That's 5W. That is the morning fruit that he sells. So we're going to put morning fruit sells. Then we know that he starts with 80 pounds. So starts with 80 pounds, right? So if we start with 80 pounds, right? And then we sell, that's minus, right? It's decreasing. 5 times W in the morning, that tells us how much we have left before feeding it to the birds. After morning sale. Okay, and then, okay, it says he gives 2/3. So 3 out of 3 is a whole. 2/3 is what he gives to the birds. That means 1/3 is left. That's how much he has left. He has 1/3 left after feeding the birds. So 1/3 is how much is left after feeding the birds. Okay, so together, we're going to do 80 minus 5W, and then we're going to multiply this by the 1/3 that we have left. Okay? Or you can write 80 minus 5W minus 3. Not minus, divided by, because this means divide by 3. And or last question that I want you to solve. You know how to do this. We practiced last week. Greatest common factor, that's when you use factor trees. Hey, I'm going to start you off. That's not how you spell trees. And you finish. You just start by finding the factors of 45 and 90. Go ahead and do that on your paper.